Have you ever wanted to be a nurse? I was the nurse that was known as the Lady with the Lamp. I was 17 when I heard God to tell me to help the world. My family did not want me to become a nurse. They wanted me to marry and have a family of my own. I did not want that. I wanted to have a life of freedom instead of having to do housework. I received a job nursing but did not earn any money from it. When I wasn't working, I was traveling because I loved traveling. Studying and reading were some of my favorite things to do. I was quite different from my family. My father was William Nightingale. Amazingly, he was extremely rich and he could afford to read books in his own private library all day. Fanny Smith Nightingale was my mother. My mother loved any kind of party. She even had an enormous house just for hosting parties. It was called Embley Park. My sister Parthenope, who was born one before me in Parthenope, Italy, loved to draw and paint pictures of her family. While I never wanted to get married, Parthenope imagined meeting her true love one day. As I became older, a man proposed to me, but I declined, and the man asked Parthenope instead. Marrying was something Parthenope and our mother always spoke about, so my mother was over the moon about the marriage. Sometimes I did not agree with my family. I had a big family, so someone was always sick. When I was 9 years old, I started writing down my family's symptoms. I was a Christian. At 17, I heard God speak to me. He told me that I needed to use my life to help the world. Then I decided to become a nurse. When I was a tiny child, I carefully helped nurse sick animals. I received a nursing job. Unfortunately, I did not obtain money from it, but I still made some improvements. One of my improvements was giving bells to patients so that they could ring them if the patients needed anything. Nursing was my job to help the world. I was born on May 12, 1820 in Florence, Italy. When I was little, I wore steel-lined boots to protect my ankles. I loved studying and reading. Traveling was one of my favorite things to do. While I traveled, I took notes on everything. In Egypt, I discovered a petite baby owl in a nearby tree and named it Athena, who died a few months later when I was on a trip. A while later, I tragically fell ill and did not leave my sofa for 6 years. Sadly, I died in my sleep in 1910 at 90 years old. My family was so wealthy that I did not need to have a nursing job, yet I still decided to provide and serve for other people to help their needs. I had a large family who did not approve of nursing. When I was 17 years old, I heard God tell me to use my gifts for the world. My love of studying and reading helped me to become a nurse. I obtained a job nursing, but I did not gain currency from it. I, Florence Nightingale, revolutionized the world of medicine. I was truly a noble nurse.